Hello, everybody. So today is Friday, and no homework, no new homework, but there are 3 or 4 questions that you're going to have to answer in this video. So please watch. Yesterday we talked about a specific type of polynomial, the quadratic. A quadratic is a polynomial that has a degree 2. So the degree is the highest degree in the polynomial. And there are 3 main ways to express a polynomial: standard form, factored form, and vertex form. Some major characteristics of quadratics are these. Every quadratic has a vertex, 100% has a vertex, which is an ordered pair. Every quadratic has a y-intercept, absolutely, because you can always plug in 0 for x and find out the y value. Now, the zeros, those are the x values that make the quadratic 0. So these two x values, 1.5 and 4.4, those are the two x values that make the whole parabola 0. 5 makes the parabola -2. 6 as an x value makes the parabola -14. Oh, I said -2, I meant -4 because it goes down by 2's. 6 makes it -14. But what makes it 0? These two, 1.5 and 4.4. And I know that because of the factored form. Now, I guess you could say every quadratic has zeros, but not every quadratic has an x-intercept. If the 0 is a real number, like 1.5 is a real number, then that 0 is also an x-intercept. All right, so there are 3 types: standard form, factored form, where you know the zeros, and then vertex form, where you know the vertex. Today we're going to practice converting from one to the other. So if you're given something in standard form, the vertex is the opposite of b over 2a, comma, f of the opposite of b over 2a. So what does that mean? You have to look at this as an ordered pair. This is the x value, this is the y value. So the x value of the vertex of this quadratic is negative b over 2a. Well, how do you find the y value? Like, you find the y value the same way you find the y value every time. If you know the x value, you plug x in to find the y value. Let's just say b times x. All right, so for example, what if I wanted to find the vertex of this quadratic? Well, remember, the vertex of any quadratic is negative b over 2a, comma, and then the result of negative b over 2a. What happens when you plug in negative b over 2a into the function? What do you get? That's the y value. So the first things first, I have to find out what is negative b over 2a. Well, here b is -12, so negative b is going to be -12. Divided by 2 times a, well, 2 times 3. The a value is 3. So c does not play a part here. And then I just evaluate. Negative makes it a +12, and 2 times 3 is 6, and 12 divided by 6 is 2. So the vertex, the x part of the vertex is 2. But the vertex is an ordered pair, guys. It is an ordered pair. So it's an x and a y. So how do I find the y value? Easiest thing in the world. I know the x, you just plug in 2 into the function to find out y. So 2 replaces all these x values. 3 times 2 squared minus 12 times 2 plus 1, you end up getting -11. So the vertex of this quadratic is 2 comma -11. Can you convert something to vertex form? So here, this is in standard form. Can you convert it to vertex form? Remember the 3 forms. Standard form, the advantage here is that you know the y-intercept. Factored form, the advantage here is that you know the zeros. And vertex form, the advantage here is you know the vertex. This vertex is +3, +4. And in all 3, you always know if it's facing up or down because the a value tells you that. All right, so I want to convert this to vertex form. Well, first of all, it's in standard form, so I know a, b, and c. A is -1, b is 8, c is -2. C is also the y-intercept. So this is hitting the y-axis at -2. Let's first find the vertex. So negative b over 2a. This is negative 8 over 2 times negative 1, which is negative 8 divided by negative 2, which is positive 4. Positive 4 is the x part of the vertex. To find the y part, plug in 4. So this is negative 4 squared. So you have to square the 4 first, then multiply it by negative 1. So that's going to be 16 times negative 1, which is negative 16, plus 32 minus 2. Well, that's positive 16 minus 2 because negative 16 plus 32 is 16, and you get 14. So I have the x part of the vertex, 4, and the y part of the vertex, 14. So that's the vertex. So what? That's not vertex form. What's the vertex form of this? Well, knowing the vertex is important because this 4 right here is going to become it is the h value in this formula. The 14 is the k value. So it does help you. It gives you the h and the k. What about a? You knew a all along. It's like the movies where the main character, she determines she was actually asleep the whole time. Like Dorothy, I'm thinking Wizard of Oz. So we know a is negative 1, and we found h and k, and so that's it. Y equals negative 1 times x minus 4 squared plus 14. So the 4 goes into the h, the 14 goes into the k, and the a just transfers along. Last example. What is the vertex form of this? So here we have different information. I almost said less information. I don't know. But the information is different. We have to find the vertex form just like the last example, but all we have is the graph. Well, there's the vertex. The vertex looks like it is negative. Here's the origin. So negative 2 comma 4. That the vertex, negative 2, 4. Well, remember from our last example, that's the h and the k. So I am going to replace h and k with negative 2 and 4. I get x minus 2 squared, which is x plus 2 squared. And now you are not done. And this is, there are some, year after year, I'm failing as a teacher, but year after year, I keep on getting students who think they're done right here. You got 3 variables. Remember, this is a relationship between x and y, not a. A doesn't belong. A should not be a variable. A is a number. And according to this graph, since it's facing down, I know that a is negative. How am I going to find a? This is a great way to find the unknowns here. All these ordered pairs on this parabola will satisfy whatever equation, the equation that I come up with. The equation that generates this parabola will generate all these ordered pairs. And I have one ordered pair. I actually know the vertex, but I already used the vertex. I don't want to do that again. I need to pick any other ordered pair. And I'm given the y-intercept. When x is 0, the y is 2.24. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to take what I've gotten here, plug in 0 for x, and 2.24 for y, and I will discover what a is. Right here. So now I need to very carefully solve for a. Following order of operations. First thing, 0 plus 2 is 2. And if I square that, I get, hold on a second. If I square that, I get 4. Now, how do I solve for a? I subtract 4 first from both sides. So 2.24 minus 4 is negative 1.76. Now I divide by 4, and looky what I got. A is negative 0.44. I got one more box here. What's underneath this blue box? Remember what we want to find. We want to find the vertex form of this parabola. We know h, we know k. All we have to find now is a. And we had to put all three numbers into our what's it called? Our solution. So this is the solution. And please, guys, notice there's x and there's y here. That's absolutely correct. We need its relationship between x and y. Just like when you were finding linear equations, you left your answer as x and y were part of your answer. So this sentence is describing all ordered pairs on this parabola. And check it out. I can go to Desmos, and there's Desmos. This is the graph that I took it from. So we were completely correct. We found the a value, negative 0.44. We found these two values by looking at the vertex.